mode and we're good to go. You can start.
Very good. You just let me know if you cannot see the slides or if something is, wrong with the mic or something.
No, everything is perfect. You're good to go.
Very good. So, welcome to Hanken, an exchange semester at Hanken School of Economics. A few words about Finland. Finland has absolutely beautiful nature. Finland is famous for Lapland, the northern parts of Finland, and the Northern Lights, which is something I think most exchange students have on their bucket list when they come here. Finland is perhaps most famous for its sauna culture, or sauna, as we say here. This is also something that the exchange students really enjoy when they come to Finland. I think we have more saunas than we have people almost. Finland is ranked the happiest country in the world by the United Nations. This has been maybe 4 years running now. This is quite surprising to a lot of people that small Finland, the dark country, is actually the happiest country in the world. And Finland has 4 distinct seasons, just like Canada. You can, for example, take a dip in a hole in the ice when you come here. Finns are really big on winter swimming, and you can breathe the cleanest air in Europe. And then about Helsinki, the capital of Finland. Helsinki is located by the sea, which kind of gives it a nice sea atmosphere to the whole city. You're always surrounded by the Baltic Sea. It's hip and trendy if you think about nightlife, culture, architecture. I like to say that it's just the right size because it's quite small, and especially in the city center, you can really move around just walking, which is really nice when you want to get to know a new city. Helsinki has a lot of green areas. It's very clean, very safe, and it has excellent public transportation. So you don't even have to live in the city center to be able to get around very both cheap and easy. And the good thing is Hanken is located in the city center, so you would be studying in the city center. And then a few words about Hanken. It is one of the oldest business schools in the Nordic countries. It is research-oriented, and it is now the only standalone university-level business school in all of Finland. It is triple accredited, and this year it was ranked by Financial Times, Masters in Management, the best Finnish university. The languages of teaching are Swedish and English. And it's a very small university. It's a small business school with about 2,500 students, which makes it very kind of, it has a very friendly and nice, familiar atmosphere to it because it is so small. Student exchange then, Hanken has a little more than 120 partner universities. We have about 200 incoming exchange students every year. And all of our local students have to go abroad on exchange. So there's kind of a very welcoming and positive attitude among the local students towards exchange students and exchange studies, since everyone studying here has either been abroad or is going abroad. So exchange students are really kind of a part of the study life here. And about studies then, the autumn semester would run from late August until mid-December, and the spring semester is from mid-January to mid-May. And each semester is divided into 2 different teaching periods, which usually the exchange students kind of like that. So you can maybe take more credits in one period and then do maybe less credits in the second period and do more traveling then, or you can kind of play around with your studies a little bit. Hanken is strong in economics, finance, management, marketing, also sustainability and responsible management, and language courses, of course. about student life. Hanken has a very, very active student life, and a group of local students who serve as exchange student tutors or buddies. There's lots of events and happenings always going on. I mean, several events every week even. Anything from dinner parties, sauna nights, picnics, trips, hikes, sport events, company visits, different games or whatever. A lot of different student clubs to join, and the exchange students are very welcome to join all these clubs and always do. So I think Hanken is kind of famous for really integrating its exchange students with the local students. So many students say that you really become part of Hanken when you're here. You're not just an exchange student, you become a Hanken student. And a lot of it, I think, thanks to Hanken's small size, it's very easy to make friends here and feel welcome at Hanken. Trips and travels. This is usually something the exchange students ask about in advance, and maybe something you plan when you plan where to go on exchange. So at Hanken, every semester, there are organized trips to Lapland, to Stockholm, to Tallinn, to St. Petersburg. The trips are really popular every year. The exchange student bunch that we have here now, they just got back from Stockholm, and now they are planning their trip to Lapland in a few weeks. So we're hoping they will see the Northern Lights then. And Helsinki, it's a very good base for traveling around Europe. And a few good to know points. We really take good care of our exchange students with airport pickup, buddy systems, and really committed local students who organize a lot of program for you. Hanken has, as I said, a very welcoming atmosphere, and it's very easy to feel at home here and part of the group. So no one is left behind, or no one is left alone. Helpful staff, everything works. We host a lot of incoming exchange students every year. We have hosted students all throughout COVID. Each semester we've had exchange students here, so we also have that experience now. Regarding housing, from your university, if you would come here, we would guarantee student housing for you, so you wouldn't have to worry about that at all. Everybody speaks English in Finland, which makes it, of course, maybe makes life easier. And previous semesters, the exchange students have been very happy with their time at Hanken. So even students who maybe didn't get their first choice, and then they have to come to Finland and they have to come to Helsinki, they are super happy when they leave. And we have kind of been able to convert them to really love this small country and small business school. So that was it. Welcome to Finland, the happiest country in the world.
I have a couple of things that I have to add here. I actually spent, I told my colleague here that I spent 6 months on a project in Helsinki, and I can vouch that it is genuinely a very nice place to live. It's very easy to get around. People are very friendly and very hospitable. Sauna culture, I like anybody who goes there, I took part in it. I can't remember the name of the sauna that's right in the middle of Helsinki Harbor. You know, the small island. What's the name of that sauna?
The Löyly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a sauna that's right in the middle of the harbor, and it's kind of interesting because in winter, the harbor freezes, so you can actually drive across. But you can actually go to that sauna on this small little island in the middle of the harbor, and they'll make a hole for you so you can jump into the water afterwards. And I have to say, it was frightening, but it wasn't exactly for me. Like I come from a warm weather country, and I like, okay, I did it. Now get me back inside so I can warm up really quickly, right? But
exactly.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I have to say is being able to travel around by boat is really quite nice. That they have regular ferries to Tallinn. They have the hovercraft ferry that takes you like 30 minutes to cross the Baltic Sea. You can take an overnight ferry, which is a lot of fun in of itself, from Helsinki to Stockholm, and then Stockholm to Tallinn if you want afterwards. but traveling through the archipelagos, it's really quite nice. I recommend it. It's one of those places that I generally recommend. So, can I ask? I mean, Ericsson, of course, was the big Finnish company for many years. Nokia, sorry, yes, Nokia, sorry, my mistake. Nokia was one of the big, and it kind of suffered in the transition from cell phone to, but they still work with a lot of engineering. Like engineering and business still really work hand in hand in Finnish economy, correct?
Absolutely.
And then how does Hanken work within that kind of atmosphere, within this kind of setup?
I think one interesting thing that Hanken has now, or have had for a few years now, is a Hanken Business Lab, where it's kind of a startup scene where a lot of small businesses have gotten their start, where a lot of professors help students with their first businesses, or maybe second or third, and a lot of students gather there, and they can use the office spaces in the business lab and have that as the first home of their business. So that's something that's new and going on right now in entrepreneurship, which is very interesting to follow the students' successes and well, perhaps sometimes also when it doesn't go that well. But
well,
there's a big bell in the room. So whenever you hit maybe 10,000 customers or your first 1 million, you can ring the bell and everybody cheers. And it's a very nice and like supportive atmosphere for entrepreneurs. And exchange students are very welcome to be there. You don't have to have your own company to be there. You can come there and be part of it, even if you're not in business. So.
And you said the magic word for me. My experience in Finland is that was very supportive. I think there's a lot of places you go in this world where you can feel like an outsider. But I can say that Finland is one of those places that really, at least when I was there, really worked hard at making me feel included in a variety of situations.
That's so nice to hear, because that's really what I'm trying to always tell everyone, that it's really a genuine welcome from Hanken.
Yes.
To all exchange students.
Just avoid the korstenkorva, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, Tova. I really appreciate your time, eh?
Thank you for having me.
Okay,
and if you have any questions, your students.
Exactly. We're going to be contacting you. We're going to be sharing videos of the presentation and the presentation on PDF